Yeah. Hey everyone. Just snooding around till the chat and the room fills up a little bit. Hey Devin, thanks for getting the template. Glad I posted again on Facebook. But yeah, JAEGER template is going to full price tonight at midnight, or quickly after. So if you want to grab it, now's the best time. Okay, let's dive in. Hey everyone, good morning or good evening, depending on where you are. Let's finally put some finishing touches on this bad boy. I hope that the title of the video comes true, and this is for real the last session on this track. So then it's a nice 5-part series, makes for a good video series, so I'm gonna put that up in a playlist later down the line. All of you patrons will get, well, it really is only helpful for those of you guys who do have Studio One. So I will post the session on my Patreon, and if you're interested in what this is, Patreon, the link is linked below. There's also the link to my Discord server, nice little community of like-minded people who like to have some nerdy 19-inch talks and just help each other out. It's a really nice vibe going on there. If you want to join, come on in. And well, let's listen to where we ended up last time. I haven't touched the track since Saturday, I think was the last session. So, hey Ramco, nice to see you again. So let's dig straight in. I am pretty sure that we went pretty far last time, but we have still a bit of stuff to do to bring this across the finish line. So let's take a listen. What's this? Why do we have dropouts? Video stream, please let me know, has no dropouts as far as I can see. So, not really sure what's going on here. Another try. I know what's happening. I still have V Pro open from my session before. Ah, yeah, okay. go away. So sorry for the dropouts there. That was unintended. Worst case scenario, I just got to restart the system, but I hope we are fine. So let's give that another go. Sorry for that. That looks better. Okay, so at least no more dropouts, so that's fine. I heard a bunch of issues that we can fix later down the line in the mix. It's always good to take a step back for a day and see if there's any room for improvements. And there is, for sure. Definitely what we need is like a decent transition sound into the main section. I just read Hey Scampy. So, hey, Remco, Scambot, all the other guys that are, meanwhile, essential part of the family. Glad to have you here. Okay, let's fill this up with a little transition sound. See if we find something decent in the Legacy. We are still, in case you're wondering, on the fact of working with the Audio Imperia Bundle. So that means that apart from the Ferrum parts, the Keep Forest Ferrum that we use for the track, you need a lead guitar for the track too, just saying. I'm not sure if I pack out my guitar for this. Reversed effect. Let's see if we find something in here. That is off to a good start. I like that one. So let's try to put that one onto the grid. I mean, I could render to audio, but I don't want to. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is pretty much on point. I cannot really tell much. The only time that I tried out a Roly was at the NAMM show. And I have to admit that I was not totally thrilled about the play and feel of a Roly. When I watch videos, I mean, it's amazing what you can do with it. As far as I'm aware, the only library that I know of specifically that supports Roly with dedicated patches is the Ethera series. So Ethera Gold from 0G and Stefano Maccarelli. There's a lot of patches that work with Roly. He even has some videos on his YouTube channel that use or showcase what you can do with the Roly. So that's pretty amazing. But other than that, I am not too familiar with the whole concept and what like MIDI messages and MIDI CCs you can control with a Roly. It still comes down to the fact that a lot of libraries still do not support poly MPE. What is it? Well, individual MIDI messages per note. Fuck it. And so I don't really know, honestly. Okay, we need to start a little earlier to have that on the beat. No, actually, know what we do? We open the panel and learn this to MIDI CC5 and just bring it to a position where it matches the grid. So perfect. Nothing more to do here. So CC5 at value 5. Let's quickly write that down. Boop, boop. Portamento time needs to be at 5. So well, maybe it needs to be at 4. At 6. Was a little too late. Oh, come on. This needs to be 6. Okay, then make that 7. 8. Well, let's go with 9. Kind of had the feeling that it didn't change much at all. Let's see. No, it's moving the controller there. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, thank you very much. You can go now. Let's take a little bit of low end out. Whoop, something like there. And we can also send it to a little bit of reverb. Just check again. Yeah, that's fine. So we need this guy directly after the hit. Yeah, you hear that there's that transition sound now. And I think we can even turn that up a little bit. So now we have volume, maybe not full. Let's say 115. Yup, that works. And the cymbal is a little bit soft on the one here, so I have to be honest, I'm not really a fan of that cymbal sound. What we could try is to duplicate this and to use the tum-tum, the big cymbal, so I like to call it, that they have in Cerberus. Maybe that helps to spice it up a notch. So give me, and it's the drum kit crash anyway from Cerberus. So let's see what we have. Single patches, ensemble drums. There's no cymbals here. I think that one was in JAEGER percussion. Single patches, percussion, JAEGER, Piatti. Which library was? Wait a second. Oh, it was Nucleus. Well, then we use Nucleus. Good thing is they all look the same, so that's good. Let's give him, well, let's give him minus 125, just to have that correct. I feel that we can... Do we record somewhere? No, that's off. Okay. I'm so afraid of accidentally recording notes. Let's tune this up a little bit. Or down? Yeah, that's better. Turn off a little bit of the low end. And give it some shine. Don't need delay, but maybe reverb. Yeah, that should work. So we need another another riser here. We probably just do them like every 4 bars on the maybe just a little softer for the second one. On that, I think there is the automation still going on one of the risers, which I don't want to have here. So on this, how do I select only the lower values? Range tool? No. That's strange. Well, I mean, technically I can just delete all of these. So there we go. Tip tune symbols to the root node to emphasize. Yeah, that's actually true. And I thought I accidentally may have done that already. But I don't trust my ears that much. Question is, what key are we actually in? F minor. So that should kind of resemble an F. That's definitely no F. Either one down. Close enough. I think that the Brahms are a tad too loud. I mean, these really work only well together with the low brass. So when we hear that together. Well, actually, turning them out on might help. Yeah, that sounds better. They were just a tad too loud. But I feel that we still need another sound to come on in here. Sound design. Let's go something, yeah, like mesh sound effects or something. Something weird, crazy. That one is actually pretty nice. I'm gonna turn down the release and get rid of a little bit of low end. And maybe turn on the delay and the reverb. Let's see what that sounds like. Kinda. I think it actually works, but I want to dig into the sample start a little bit and up the attack time a little bit. And now just a bit quieter. It's a little too loud. So, whoop, whoop, whoop. Volume. There we go. There's a little bit of mumble rumble, the low end going on, so I want to clean that up a little bit. That loop that we chose from Cerberus is actually not bad, and we have the decapitator on it. Let's just cut away the low end a little more. What? Scambot, you paying attention? Did I say something? I'm sorry. Hey 007, nice to have you around. So first of all, that's Oceania. I just realized that is the second library, non-AI universe. But well, fuck it. That first hit still does not feel big enough. Why is that? Maybe. Maybe we can support this baby with just a little bit of sub boom. With a little bit more release. I just want to have that on the one. Does anybody know why Studio One actually, when I double click, not only creates a bar, but within the whole cycle range, a new event? I just want, damn it. When I do it outside of the cycle range, I get a nice little bar. That's what I want. So. So I'll just layer a little hit here. Okay, let's see if that does anything. When we add this one. Ah, okay. That is the low end that was missing. And another thing that also prevents this guy from coming to full blossom is that this is the other one is overlapping. So when we really bring that there, then this one has a little bit more room. Then we bring the boom in. I think that works. Let's listen with the transition. Yeah. Funny enough, this guy sounds louder than the second one. Maybe I can just turn that up a notch. Yeah, we have room. We have room for this one to be louder. So do this. Okay, now we're talking. I think it was just a volume thing. There we go. The same applies to this one. Let's push that up a little bit, 1.7. Hey Gimbal, nice to have you here. That's a little bit too much. 1.7 or 2. Okay, unfortunately I have to listen to the percussion section and the sound design section on this one, because it's pretty essential that this all works together well and sounds together well. Otherwise you can kick the whole thing in the dustbin. think I put the tum-tum on the wrong spot. Yeah, that needs to go there. And I also feel that we can place it here as well. And I need some more like high-end oriented loop stuff. And I think I know exactly where I need to look for that. Reverse symbol? Yeah, that's true. Actually, we can do a reverse symbol. Okay, quick trick here. In case, I mean, most of you will surely know that. So let's render this one to audio. Just this little symbol event. I can delete that here. Now we have an audio symbol. And that I can put here in front of the first symbol hit. And now I go to audio. And reverse audio. There we go. So these two now. Well, funny enough, I didn't render the symbol, but the tum-tum. But maybe that still works. Well, we have the other one as well. Bah, why doesn't that sound like shit? Because I rendered the wrong one. So, can delete this track. Remove track, there we go. And do the same thing again, but now with the symbol. That should work better. Event bounce to track. Delete this, and now I can move the symbol here, make that bigger. Yeah, okay, that's more reasonable. Shift and R. No, not Shift and R. What was the command for reverse? Control and R, okay. Put that there, put that there. And we need to, I think, cut into it a little. Well, let's see how it sounds like. Yeah, just a little cutting into, see that little gap there? This is pretty much the pre-delay of the sample. So I want to move that just slightly over the edge so it overlaps with the other symbol. Well, actually we can do that right till there. So that should be better. Let's see how that works in context. Still just percussion and sound design for the time being. Yeah, that works great. That sounds really nice. Let's give that a little bit of reverb. Reverb. Yeah, I would maybe use Pandora for that type of stuff as well if I had Pandora, which I don't, so that's out of the equation. Okay, that is fine, but we still need some ticking high end. Why do I have that here? Is there any data on this channel? No. So we can change that. I think there was some nice stuff in Legacy. Let's see. Legacy C. Event horizon, transition, subs, because pulses 4/4. Let's see what we find here. That's all too bassy. Evening, Jason. Hello. Terraform, I think, has some, yeah, high tonal. They may have some stuff. You can try tonal and percussive. No, I think I need percussive. DT990 Pro? Mine? Yes. DT990 250. That can work. Kind of like a little bit of hi-hat thingy. And let's automate the panning on this one a little bit. This is rhythm step. Let's do this. Well, why are you not doing anything? Because it's not playing. I think 1 bar is fine. Not as wide. Hey Satyan, good morning. So just a little bit of loopity loop stuff on top to, again, same shit. Why is it doing this? I just want one little area. So there's the break. Let's say 4 bars. Okay, let's start with this, just with this one. And that is, let's go here, here, there. There we go. Okay, sorry for that. It's crazy, you barely hear it, but when you take it away, something is missing. Just to fill out the high end a little bit. And let's even pump that up a little more. 12K, nice little shine there. Yeah, that gives a little bit of movement there in the high end. We can also push slightly some delay on that. When is the next listening to your music? Probably not this week, next week. Next week will be a new session, I guess. Pretty sure. Yeah, just a little bit of delay there. Can have a little more reverb. So, let's see, all together. We are missing a... Seems I accidentally deleted a hit there. That is not nice. Just want to have a reference point. So I'm going to take these two and copy them here. I just did the first event here to be able to move this on the grid. It's 96.7% audio Imperia. So the choir is Oceania, because I tried the Nucleus choir on this and it's fine, but it's not. It auto saves like all the time, so we're good. So yeah, choir is Oceania, and I used one patch from Ferrum, which actually carries a lot of the load from the percussion. So when we solo the synth section and the percussion, this is pretty much this is audio Imperia only. And this is with Ferrum. It's just that this adds the weight. That is really nice. Let's quickly take a look at our tonal balance thingy, where we are at. Hey, Asik. Gambit, why are you referring all the time to that Celtic Era stream? I mean, 26th of August, obviously, that was 13 days after I moved to the US. What does my studio look like there? Gotta check that myself. Always remember, click the ads in my videos. Oh, that's sweet. Is there a bigger studio view? Did I have that at that time? No, doesn't look like. No, I only have that little picture down there. Oh, that's sweet. Go away. I usually never watch old videos. Asik, you always catch me when you're in bed. I am not really sure what I should make of that. But thanks for the information. So, yeah, the studio definitely looked different back then. I think at that time I didn't even have my equipment that I shipped from Germany to California. That hasn't even arrived by then. That was just my main PC. And my main PC back then traveled with me on the flight. I looked so young, yeah, of course. Thank you very much. feel like we need a fill here from the like diddly diddly diddly. Brrrt. We need a little bit of, what have we here? Yeah, we need a so let's start with 8th notes. No, 16th. And then 30 seconds. Like this. Yeah, that's better. And then that sound effect hit. You want to move that out of the way so we have more room for the other one. Let's quickly check that. That one is already loud. Maybe we have more impact on this one when we get rid of the pre-whoosh. We still have the cymbals there. Oh yeah! That makes it a little bigger. Funny enough, little trick there. When you get rid of the pre-whoosh, sometimes the impact is more efficient. That is a nice fill there, and we can duplicate that in the snares, which we don't have. Funny enough, I only used the snare once here. So we're gonna move that over. One bar more. One more bar. One more bar. Oh, come on, we can do some. Yeah, let's duplicate this. So we have dang dang, and then 30 seconds. Well, actually, there and then. How highly do you recommend the Evident courses? Only when you click them from the links below the video. No, seriously, I paid for them. I have all. I have three. I have 4 of their courses, and they are great. I will only repeat this until I release my own course. Then they suck. Then it's only my course. That's great, of course. Just kidding. Yeah, that fill is nice, and I want to keep the snare going in that second part to, of course. No. No. Okay, let's try that. So we want to do, no. So a little bit of MIDI magic here. Down. And only on the last bar we can increase that even more. Like so. Just another layer that fills up the sonic space there a little bit. Let's see how that sounds all together. One thing that bugs me also a little bit is that transition in the brass. Yeah, that pickup note is too quiet, so we need more beef here. No. Yeah, I think we can. That just needs to hit in the face on the one. That's better, I think. And same on the 12 horns. Let's just get rid of this. Yeah, now we have a little bit more energy there. 007, I can wholeheartedly recommend the Kali studio monitors. They are amazing. And if you do metal, maybe you need some more low end to judge. Maybe get the not the LP8s, but the newer ones. Wait a second. It was crazy. I couldn't believe that. I had the Kalis in my studio and compared them to the Adam A7X, which are like, the Kalis are $250 and the A7X is like $1,500. And it was no freaking comparison. The Iron 88. If you want to go with a not as fully priced stack, these are amazing. The Iron 88s or the LP8s. I have the LP8s. Amazing monitors. Back to topic. Jason, Studio One over Cubase. I would lie if I would say no, I don't prefer Studio One over Cubase, because the last 2 weeks I have only used Studio One on the streams. I am getting used to it more and more, and I'm getting to like it more and more. I have to be honest. I have been a Cubase fanboy from the get-go, and I mean, Cubase is in my muscle memory. This is where I am the fastest in working and writing and everything. But I think it was on the JAEGER stream that I did a one-on-one comparison with the same loaded instruments, same plug-in settings, everything. So really similar on both systems. And Steinberg Cubase was sitting idle at around 60% and jumped to 80, 90, even for 2 occasions in the red on the ASIO meter. The same project with the same settings in Studio One was sitting at like 40% and never jumped more than 60. So the ASIO efficiency in Studio One is what currently drives me to using Studio One the most, because I just have no performance issues no matter what I throw at it with the system I have. So that is something that really is of very much value to me. And there's a bunch of other things that is just so convenient in Studio One, like dragging and drop, drag and drop effects and stuff like that. It's just very, very nice and sleek. That's all I can say about it. So at the moment, I work rather in Studio One than Cubase, to make that long answer short. This is likely going to change when Cubase 11 arrives, and I will see what they have to offer. I really hope they bring in a step editor for drums like Studio One has, and maybe they do something about the CPU efficiency. That will be awesome. But till then, I really enjoy working in Studio One at the moment. It's just, it is fun. Should we throw in Meretta on the main melody? Maybe just for the first part? I like that. Let's record that. But just for the first part, maybe. Under eventually. A few things that I want to change. I want to bring that down. Nope. That needs to go there. I like it more on the lower note. So, yeah, Meretta does a good job there on top. That works. Well, most of the stuff that is publicly fidget question where distribute. Most of the stuff that I publicly distribute is on Bandcamp, and a few stuff is on Spotify and the usual suspects on the streaming platforms. I use DistroKid. I actually need to. Well, I keep that for later. Yeah, I use DistroKid, and there is just not so much stuff available out there. A lot of stuff is industry only. So, but the stuff that is available usually on my Bandcamp, which is, in case you want to know, it's de-tune.bandcamp.com. Find it here. So that's my Bandcamp. There is Elements, my latest single, Courage, soundtrack for Eden Tomorrow, Satorian Phenomenon. Oh god, that was for 2015. Damn, time flies. And my soundtrack for Until It Hurts, which I can wholeheartedly recommend. One of my favorite works to date. I really love the soundtrack for Until It Hurts. Hey Fabian, good morning. Checking in just before work. That sounds good. Fidget, what do you mean there's not a specific library company that I use? I don't really understand that question. If you mean like labels or production music libraries, I work with several. There are different ones. And we can support this in the high end with these two. That's eighth notes, likely. I thought you only work with the best ones. No. I work with a bunch of different ones. I mean, I have releases on Universal. I have release. I work with DOS Brains. I work with Really Slow Motion. I haven't done much in a while because I have been focusing on my own catalog. So Docu Scores and Reality Scores is pretty much everything where my energy flows nowadays, because there I am my own boss, so to say, and have it in my own hands what we do with it, you know. So it is kind of like working for a big label, but it is not a big label, it is my own label. And we are still small, we are still in the starting phase, but it's going good. Actually, it's our first birthday tomorrow, where we showcase a nice little graphic coming to our Facebook tomorrow. We have an awesome team, and we just realized in the first year we did 68 albums. So I've definitely been a little busy on the side. To be honest, Gamut, this is something that I don't really want to discuss on the stream because this is like Pandora's box. If I somehow anywhere publicly announce that we're looking for composers, we are not right now, not specifically. I just get a flooded inbox. So if I encounter some, I mean, we every now and then we get submissions, and I think in the last 2 months, 2 of these submissions actually made it into the roster because it was just really, really good stuff. So we are not actively looking to expand, but every now and then you just come across someone who is a great fit for the team and great to keep pushing forward. So never say never, but I will definitely not put a public announcement here that Dirk Scores is looking for composers. We are not. So, but it's in the end, it's the same as with any other label out there. I mean, you can send your stuff and try to get in touch and all the good things. I mean, I run my own label and I still get in touch with other labels and try to introduce myself. And sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. Sometimes you hear back, sometimes you never hear anything back. Can you talk about a current project you're working on? Well, the last thing we did that's actually going to be released tomorrow is one of our very own fantastic artists by the name of Johnny Mendes, and we are releasing it's actually also DocuScore's first artist series album that's coming out tomorrow on Spotify and all your other major streaming platforms. So if I look at that for a quick moment, and by the way, you can also stream DocuScores on all your platforms. So most of our albums, not the newer ones, but the ones we did over the years, are available through Spotify. Where's the Spotify web player? Spotify web player. There we go. So if you look for, damn, now you see what I recently listened to. That's bad. No, that's not bad. So here we have DocuScores. And so these are the albums that are current. Oh, Daydream is available already. So Daydream is our latest release, written by the amazing Johnny Mendes. And definitely check this out. It's an amazing album. Release date September 1st. So business email is licensing for inquiries, licensing at docu-scores.com. There you go. So this is the latest we released. Definitely check this out. It's a fantastic album. Johnny Mendes, great composer and writer, great guitarist as well. So definitely give that a listen. Put that on rotation. So let's let's finish this off with a proper ending. We need more riser here as well. I'm gonna look into that in a little bit. When I work on like this trailer stuff and things like that, what I would love to do is to keep it kind of consistent. So when I have a downer in a track, I try to, if I need to use it again, I try to utilize the same sound. So I don't use a different downer in the end than I used in the beginning. The licensing goes to me and my business partner, yes. What volume do we have here? It's on full volume. Why is that? I think we used 2, so maybe try this one. Yeah. So let's use this one for the full bar. Yeah. And put the boom there. Oh, actually, we forgot that here. So there's a bunch of stuff we need to do. I just copied the hit here. I want to have kind of the intensity of the hits rising towards the end here. And at the same time, I'm gonna put no, where do we have the reverse symbol? Okay, I will keep the end rather simple. Push the volume just a little bit on the hit here. 2.2. And duplicate the, well, actually put the boom here. I think that will be better. That's kind of the rhythm I have in mind there. Let's start with that. Quick and painless. So I'm gonna do this in 8th notes. This is triple triplets. Okay. I'm gonna be lazy and copy that same riser directly after the other one. And do we have, why is that so quiet? I don't like that. Duplicate this guy. Get rid of this. And delete this. So now I have this on its own channel. That means I can move that here. Oh, because it was this one. By the way, I forgot to mention, we also used the FMG ascendance for the rises because I wasn't happy with the rises in the Audio Imperia package. I think I need something like that. So we end here. So we need 4 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's correct. So it's starting there. few things that I want to do here to the volume automation. So that takes a little moment. Audio. Oh, volume is there already. Volume. Dum dum ba da 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 dum dum da 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 da. And since it's starting here already, so I only want to have that on full volume here before we can bring that down a little bit. And we can also delete that whole stuff. There we go. The last hit at 57. Yeah, I'm likely going to delete this. Yeah, you're right. Because there the big hit comes in. So then I need to duplicate this. And wait. I need to have this. Let me think for a second. Yeah. Grab this, move this here. Okay, this one needs to come down a tad. And this one needs to go here. Now we can put this again. Sorry for lack of commenting right now. Gotta kind of figure out what I'm doing here. So, gonna copy Ferrum to the percussion, starting with the low toms. That's fine. That is going. Okay, copy that to the snares, copy that to the low percussion. Copy the cymbal. Okay, when the truck outside sounds like the riser of the track, you did something right. So, okay, when you start here, do the automation on the riser. This is going to be da 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 da. And the cool thing is that you can now select all of these and just duplicate this. And now we do 16 triplets. Move this guy there, this guy there, this guy there. Select these. Nope. Oops. No, I need to do this one. Okay. Are you fucking kidding me? Sorry for the noise. There we go. Okay, now we have the riser. Yeah, that's what I wanted to have. But I still realized that that riser, yeah, it's starting here. And maybe we can add that reverse just on the last. Okay, that is going good. Getting rid of the head there. Don't need this. Duplicate this. Okay, sitting there. Good thing you don't live next to train tracks. Yeah, sure that. Okay, Big Bram. Let's actually duplicate this track because on these I need a little bit more low end, or maybe it works. Let's see. Okay, let's try these. These two sound pretty good. Okay. 3, 4. So that's a start. I need to put another one. Yeah, let's add this one. Let's put these together. Okay. Next step, low brass. Funny enough, we were missing out on the rest of the track. Hey, Subfits. The low brass, you cannot control the levels within. It's just one instrument and it sounds the way it sounds. So you cannot adjust the levels. And in terms of tuba, check the Audio Imperia thread on the VI Control website. Jan did a post, I think it's 4 tubas, 4 bass trombones, and 4 chimbassi for the low brass patch. But don't kind of take my word for it. I'm just not sure. So that is the low strings. I'm only gonna do that rhythm part. Let's start with 8th notes. And then 8th triplets. This is no track for Elements. This is likely going to end up in our own catalog for licensing. Where did it record? I fucking hate that. Here. Turn that off. Okay. Nope. There we go. On this one, I actually want to put the last note in there as well. So again, 8th notes. Step record. Okay, there is no note up there. Then bring that down again. Yeah. That sounds pretty massive there. On the last note, I'm gonna do the again, I forgot. I need so much to talk to Studio One about that. Funny enough, that was the wrong channel. There we go. I was wondering why I don't hear shit. That should not have been so long. Take these guys and move them down. So there we go. Elements 2 is my follow-up album for my first solo album, Elements. So I have another stream session pretty much going on, and I'm likely going to go back to that tomorrow when this is done, where I'm working on a track for my new album. That sounds pretty massive. I like it. Let's push this one, so we have the symbol. Let's put the tam-tam on the line. Well, actually name that. It's tam-tam. By the way, I'll be honest as well, if I were not forcing myself to using mainly Audio Imperia only, I would use a different tam-tam sample here. I'm not the biggest fan of this one. So either Cinesamples or the Hans Zimmer one is pretty great as well. Or even in the new Damage is a freaking amazing big gong. But anyway, we stick to this. Let's... what did the synth bass do? That sounds shit, but it may work in context. In contact. That rang a bell. Oh, it's dum dum, not da-dum. Yeah, that works. And then we can... And now it gets bad. Now we do... eighth triplets. But the thing is, it doesn't matter that it sounds bad on its own. It only matters if it sounds good in context. Same thing applies to the guitars, so we can pretty much copy this thing over. Sorry, do it like this. Okay, so the guitar does... I play a little bit of guitar, not really decent. So, more like bonfire style. Let's duplicate the guitar and see if we have a sustain patch in here. I haven't even looked at that. So maybe multi-samples, multi-patches, no, single patches. Oops, what happened? What? What? I just loaded the other patch. Oh, it's a folder. And it's not big enough to actually see shit. What's in there? Okay, dead notes. Dead notes. Fifth. Fifth muted. That's what we're looking for. And that needs to fade out. So quickly checking. Okay, that works with CC11, so we can record CC11. So now we have expression. Can actually lead all that stuff here, make that curve a little bit more smooth. Like this. So the ping, the reversed one for the hit. So that needs to go here. So that one obviously doesn't need to ring as long. But the reverb one, the reversed one is a nice touch there, coming in here. Okay. That will definitely spice up the whole thing. Just messed up the first part. Not too bad. That is 8th notes. I actually like to process that a little more. Not process, to spice up the harmonies a little more. So we have a little bit more interest. Da 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 da. Oceania is on round robin of phrases, and if you want to make sure that they always sing the same thing whenever you start it, you need to put a key switch down here that resets the round robin value. So right now, when we play it, it's... So now they always start on the same syllable, whereas if you wouldn't have that, then it will always start on another syllable depending on where you're on the cycle. So when you put that on C0, you always reset. You can determine with which syllable the choir is going to start. So, but one thing that was very bad is that it's actually 8 notes here, not so. And I want to copy the same behavior an octave higher. So. What? Where was that bass from? And we also need full ensemble here. And oh, okay, there we go. That arrow again. Okay, and I see you in a minute. Give you some music while we load. Since you were asking for Bandcamp, let's take a quick listen to one of the older ones. I haven't listened to Phenomenon in ages. I hope that Studio One will be back by the time the track is finished. So see you soon. I honestly haven't listened to that track in ages. Definitely had some nice ideas. I think I wrote that initially as a demo for Strezov's Bulgarian choir back then, when it came out for Rodo 1, I think. Wow, that was long ago. My first track, I can't really remember. The only thing that I can remember, this is so embarrassing. Back at home when I started like getting into music, I must have been like 13 or 14. I had Cubase back then, and the only thing that was kind of resembling like being... No, actually, even before that, I had a 4-track multi-track recorder that I started working on. That must have been like 1992, something like that. But the first thing I had was like these little cassette recorders that had 2 tape decks, and you were able to high-speed overdub. And this thing had a built-in microphone. And when you copied from one tape to the other, you could also activate the microphone and pretty much record the tape from one tape to the other and sing on top of it. And I did like a karaoke version of what was it? What was this guy called? I still remember that. What was it? What was the track? No. And there's what was this guy's name? That ballad stuff. Oh God, what's the lyrics? I'm the piano player down at Eddie's bar. Rachel, she's a waitress who wants to be a star. Picture Postcards from LA. That was the track. And I built a karaoke track with Sound Blaster 16 as the sound sources. It was hilarious. And that was on my dad's i30 386 PC. And then I created the playback and put the cassette in, copied it the first time, sang on top of it, and then took the tape out and replayed it again with my voice and was able to sing a harmony voice. And in the end, the result was more white noise and tape hiss than anything else. But I was so proud of having created my first track with like a playback and 2 vocal tracks on top. That was pretty much my first recording I've ever done. Don't tell anyone. This is... wow. I think I had the wrong key. Picture... What key is Picture Postcards from LA? Joshua Caddison, that was his name. Oh God, that song is from 93. Okay, it was not 1992, it was 1993. And the chords of this one... So that was definitely fun. I remember that. Damn, like it was yesterday. Okay, they have it in C here. I'm the piano player down at Eddie's bar. Rachel, she's a waitress who wants to be a star. She swears she's gonna make it. I'll make it big someday. And she sent me picture postcards from LA. God, that was that was so long ago. Holy shit. Anyway, yeah, that was one of the first recordings I ever did. Not my own track. Well, I'm likely going to delete that part from the video after the video is uploaded. Oh god. Actually, I told myself to never sing on stream. Fuck. I didn't even have a glass of wine. And the other one was also Joshua Caddison. Oh. You're my peace of mind in this crazy world. You're everything I try to find. And your love is a pearl. Oh, I forgot this one. You're my Mona Lisa. You're my rainbow skies. And my only prayer is that you realize you'll always be beautiful in my eyes. Yeah, like this one. That was the other one. Back in my youth days, we had like a pop choir, and we were singing all that kind of stuff. That was really cool. It was a fun time. And that exactly is close to 27 years ago. Holy shit. I feel old. Back to topic. Actually, let's bring in Miranda for the last finale. Okay, I need Miranda up to G. By the way, don't update to contact 6.4.0. I apparently now have a better version that is working for 14 days. Yeah, I mean, they're likely going to post an update in the next couple of days, so I'm not too worried about that. But I need Miranda up to G. So just extending the range there. Yeah, that G on top there is exactly what that track needed. There are actually only two tracks floating around where I actually laid down some vocals for it. I mean, these last hits are getting close to bringing the level meter on its edge. But I feel that we don't need to add much more. Maybe just the horn line on top. Okay, let's try this. Four. And funny enough, when we put that on the 12 horns, but keep that on the F. That should sound pretty nice. Oh, by the way, bring that back to... Yeah. Yeah, you can automatically choose. Well, actually, I mean, I could imagine like singing. I wanted to get this like this Waves Ovox thing for doing this like Daft Punk style vocals. That might be fun, actually. Well, no shorts on this one. But at least 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think we are good with filling up the content here. Whew. So let's move this fader over here. No, we need to put the synth, the last synth. So let's just record this. Sounds shit on its own, but I think it works in context. This is going to be 8th triplets, please. So synth is... And why is my synth bass suddenly deleted? I don't know why. What happened? So let's do that again. Do it again, Sam. No, play it again, Sam. Let's put that on 16th notes. And then triplets. Okay, that needs to be shorter. That's fine. Let's see, synth and sound effects. What are the, and why is my, oh, I know why. Because we did the autosave version, so we didn't save a bunch of the stuff. So guitar is missing, the choir is missing. Okay, yeah, we lost a bunch of data with the autosave setting. So let's save this, but we can add that in again. Do we have the strings? We have the strings, we have the short strings. This is there, this is there. Okay, let's bring in the choir again. No, not here. You go away. Oops. Okay, that should be safe. And also turn that off. Choir. So the first 4 are easy. 8th notes, quantize. We need that bar before to make sure that this is always starting on the same syllable. That's what we did. So then move this. No. Here. 8th triplets. And then we just copy that over. So choir is the last one is not on a 16th, on an 8th note. So all together. Do you need the bar before again when you change to triplets in different time signature? Scambot, can you clarify? I don't really get what you're aiming for. Save. Good idea. Okay, we want to do the guitar again. Oh, the key switch message needs to be before the choir starts. And you have, I don't know how many, we have all these syllables. These are different syllables. And with a key switch, you can determine that it always starts on the same syllable. Like, you see it jump down. So as long as it's totally quantized, they sing the same stuff, yes. And you can, the thing is that many people underestimate who use Oceania that you really can change the sound pretty drastic depending on where you start in the syllable cycles, in the syllable cycle. So I'm just starting on the next syllable. Well, maybe not drastic, but you can create different results, and depending on what sounds best in the track, you can try out different settings. And last thing that we don't have yet is modulation. So gonna move, because we definitely want to have the choir to intensify. Maybe even a bit more. So like this. Honestly, I've now listening back to it, I don't even feel that we I think with Nucleus you can set the start point for the choir as well. So when we look at Nucleus at the choir, maybe at the full ensemble, at the staccato phrases. Save that. Yeah, you can choose the syllable, the start syllable as well. Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, so you can determine the start point as well. Boop. Save. So we are hitting the red a little bit on the last notes. I mean, that's mostly the case with that kind of stuff. So what I would want to do is jump to the stems, bring them into the mixer. Can you guys see that? So there we go. I have them at minus 1.9 already on the pre-gain. So I am going to lower the gain a little more on the stems. So bring that down to say minus 3.4. That should give us enough safe space for the master. And remember, we already have some stuff going on in the master. We have the FabFilter Pro Q with a little notch there. We have the virtual mix. Well, that is not doing much right now. We have the Shadow Hills mastering compressor. That is doing quite a bit to it. So if I were to mute the chain here, that is actually the true representation. Let's start here. Actually, let's give the full track a full listen through without the master chain and see if anything sticks out like a sore thumb. Before we do that, actually, let's take a little break. I give you another cue to listen to. Maybe we do Doobie Doobie Doo. Since we had the other one, well, actually, let's take a listen to Courage, to the last one. So I leave you to this and we'll be back in a little moment. perfect blending. So there we go. Let's take a listen to the full thing without any master effects applied, and also check the EQ curve and see if anything sticks out. I told you guys, for reals, I want to bring this thing across the finish line today. So let's reset this and listen from the beginning. So, well, that's not too bad, actually. I mean, we tweaked quite a lot of the stuff during the course of this. Oh, okay, there we go. During the course of these 5 streams, so I'm not too surprised that there is not much that's sticking out. It's still 007, I hope you're joking. We do not tolerate that here. So assuming you have a legal version, Ozone 7 does not have the tonal balance control. The tonal balance 2, I think this a balance 2? Yeah, this is the new one. Is part of Ozone 9. Hey. No curve there. Yeah, the aim is to have the curve kind of in the middle of this thing, depending on what you set it to. So there are different curves. You could also take a track that has been released and learn the curve from a track that has already been released. But I do pretty well regularly with a bass heavy curve if I use that. Close what window? Please close the window. Why should I close the window? It's a nice fresh ocean breeze here. It's actually pretty nice to have the window open because there's some fresh air coming in. And it's just Cookie. You see him there. Let's look at. He's looking out the window. What a sweetie. Cookie. Cookie. Say hi. Say hi. Just a sleepy view. Oh. No, they are okay. No problem. The windows are open, but there's fly gaze in front of them, so they cannot fall out the window. Is it gaze? Well, at least this stuff that prevents flies coming in, so it's not fully open. They cannot fall out the window, so don't worry. So I don't want to come laziness in the way of the last part, so let's repeat what we did on that last part of the stream. Bring in these rhythms. And then we have the triplets where we actually do and shorten them a little bit. Oh, and we need to shorten these as well. Nope. It sounds not good on its own, but save, duplicate, and then we do the power chord on the last hit. So we need to change this to trailer guitars, not loops, multi-sampled, single patches, distorted. I think it was this one. And then recording the expression. So now we have the guitars done. Minus 250 actually on the guitars. Do this. Yeah, now we have minus 250. Yep. I mean, really, these guitars on their own sound bad, but in the context of the mix, they pretty much work. There was another one here. Go away. Okay, save. Nothing here. Nothing here. Okay, good. Flowsy, I will talk about the Shadow Hills in a second. Although I have to admit that I'm very, very lazy with this one. It's actually just a preset that I use that I think works great on the cue. So Again, let's jump back to the master channel. Virtual mix rack is just doing a little bit of virtual mix busing. Then we have the fab filter, and we used that to get rid in the total balance. We can see that we still have this little dip in the 600 Hertz range. And especially also here in that 400 Hertz range. And what I did in the Pro Q is to try to tame that range a little bit. I'm currently thinking I should rather, first of all, it's too much already, so we need to take that up a little bit. And I need to do the same thing. See that here? That is pretty much this 600 range. So let's quickly listen through. That is a very... It's not the frequency that we're looking for. Boom, boom, boom. This one is really sticking out like a sore thumb, that frequency. So I'm just bringing that down a little bit whenever it hits with a dynamic cue. So actually it's already too much. -3 should be fine. So let's quickly check again with a tonal balance curve, reset that. I think I took out a little too much. It's a very fine line, especially when it comes to treating the stereo bus. It's really subtle movements that determine what's going to happen with the sound. But yeah, then again, there's other stuff that changes the sound as well. So the shadow hills, let me turn that on and off. And again, I'm pretty lazy with this one. I'm using the mastering medium PGM preset, and I actually just like what it does to the sound. So when you compare A and B, it just kind of makes everything sit together a little better. So I just want to add a level meter to know what we're looking at, especially at the ending here. So actually not much room left. So usually I would, for when we do the stuff for our own label, we ask for like -6 to -4 on the master bus maximum peak. I'm hitting -0.77 already. But I don't worry too much because I know that it's already treated a little bit. So the final step is pretty much just a limiter. In my case, I prefer to use the Pro L2 from FabFilter. But let's bring in the groups, and just to be fail safe and not hit the red, I am going to bring the stem groups down a little more. So just so you know, this also gain staging is, in my opinion, one of the most important facts. So every single channel from contact sits at -6 standard. And then the audio channel, I turn down another -5. And then in the group channel, I nearly bring it down another -5 again. So that is a gain reduction of nearly 15, 16 decibels from the source material. And we are still close to 0 dB. So when you watch mixing videos online, you pretty much see that they bring their stuff down to -18, and that's their starting point. And this is kind of the same thing that is happening here. So, because otherwise, if I had everything at 0 and would go up, then we would be like 15 dB above 0 and hitting the red and distorting all the time. So we don't want that. So I'm bringing that down a little bit. Hopefully that helps to get a decent level on the master. So that's something I can totally live with. So last step is I want to bring in the, well, first of all, I want to save. I want to bring in the, is it the ozone imager, just to check the stereo field a little bit, which basically means just the very low end. I like to kind of bring that a little bit more together to make it mono compatible, and in the mid range and high range I like to spread that out a little bit. That would be extreme. And this curve, this is pretty much one of my last steps that I like to take care of. What I personally love for like a silky smooth high end is the Kush Clariphonic, my absolute favorite. Downside is that you need to be extremely cautious with this thing because you immediately get used to the amount of high end, and as soon as you turn it down it suddenly sounds dull all the way. So it's very, very easy to overdo it with this one. let's put that here. So I just want a little bit more. So this is pretty much affecting the low to higher mid range, and you have different settings like lift, open, tight, or diffuse. And I like to have open and tight and just give that a little bit. And for the highs, you have presence, sheen, or shimmer or silk. And I prefer usually the shimmer setting and dial that into taste. I will do something, and just to show you what it's really doing, we'll do that extreme on an extreme setting just so you see what it's doing to the lower mid end on this button. But then I just need a quick moment to readjust the ears, because you, as I've said, you so easily get used to that sound. So this is when I bring up the mid treatment. And when I now turn this down, you will say, holy shit. Suddenly it sounds totally like you put some socks on it. So the ears easily get adjusted to that sound. But when you do too much, it becomes easily harsh. So, and the same with the high end. So gotta be very careful with that one. But it gives some nice shine on top of the track. Scamot, I did try as well with Ozone, with the mothership stuff, and also Neutron. It's all fun and games, but in the end, first of all, I've found Neutron to be quite CPU intensive. And second, I don't know. I rather tweak the knobs myself than letting an AI handle the stuff. Maybe I'm a little bit old-fashioned on that. It's a different thing with the Ozone Master thing. That is actually can give you a good starting point on mastering. And help you understand it. Oftentimes, it sounds pretty good, the Ozone Master Assistant. But obviously, when I have this total chain on my own, I wouldn't necessarily do that. Are you mixing when you add your songs to project? 007, what do you mean by that? My mixing process and my writing process pretty much go hand in hand. So mixing and writing for me is pretty much the same thing. So if that's what I mean. Gullfoss is another one that is great. Gullfoss is great for cleaning. I had the demo for 30 days. I actually wait for Black Friday, so I will grab Gullfoss on Black Friday and take a closer look and try to incorporate it into my stuff. So, but in the end, last but not least, what I would do is, I don't know how are we looking CPU wise? So let's slam the Pro L safe and then slam the Pro L on top. Pro L2 to be precise. So I pretty much like the modern. Look ahead is fine. I usually don't change much on this. Bring that down to -0.5. So that's the overall output. There we go. And then see how much we needed to push. Watch your speakers, by the way. I try to aim for not more than, if that were for streaming or for TV, I would try to go for an LUFS of -14, so like the Spotify standard. But for that type of music, it's the same like with EDM or dance music. I will not push it to -7 or -8, but -11, -10 kind of is like a good in-between value to... Oh, 007. I've never worked with a project page in Studio One, at least not so far. Good morning, Masterclass. I missed your comment there. Actually, that's not too bad. I do like that. I'm sure with like a day off or something, I would maybe revisit the master section again to tweak it a little more. I may be even inclined to bring in... Actually, let me try that. To bring in... Safe first. Safety first. But I would need to listen on speakers tomorrow, so I cannot push the volume right now. So I need to trust. I mean, I know my headphones in and out, and I know how they sound, and I know that we're close there. But I feel that I could try to bring in the Waves R bass to just slightly enhance the low end a little bit as well, in the like, I think 60 hertz range, 68, something like that. But need to be very careful with how much I bring in on that. So let's see. It's very subtle. I will push it a little so you actually hear what's going on. I mean, you need very good speakers or at least headphones or something. You won't hear that on a laptop speaker. So it's really just taking care a little bit of the low end to make it more audible. I will push it a little bit so you get the effect more. You can really hear how that affects the sub. I would even bring it down a little more, 62 maybe. But that's obviously way too much. So we'll carefully dial that in. For my taste, it's already just a tad too much. I would bring that down a little bit. I mean, we have a loudness war going on out there, but I actually prefer to keep a little more of the actual dynamic of the track. It's already compressed the shit out of it, you know. And I don't need to have it sitting at -10. When the hits bang in, you have this tiny amount of distortion on the top, which I don't really like. Why should that be there? And I think even with that setting, we should be good. So, quick pause, quick talk session. How are you guys doing? Let's clean the ears for a moment. That was for sure one of the longest sessions I have ever done on a single track on this stream. So what was it? 2.5 hours pretty much each, right? So 10, 12 hours for this track. And it took a little bit longer because of the limitation to mainly use Audio Imperia stuff. So when I would use my bread and butter stuff, I may be faster. On the synths parts, for example, I would grab either Zebra or Omnisphere, and then I know what patches I go to. So this kind of slowed down the process a little bit. And we didn't stick to 100% Audio Imperia. It's, again, we used the Ferrum percussion from Keep Forest because Keep Forest. It just sounds friggin' amazing and worked great for the track. And again, I said that before, I feel that the percussion department is a little bit lacking in Audio Imperia. I mean, I have to revisit my opinion about Cerberus. It actually worked really great in that track, especially in combination with Ferrum. So they sound really good together. But I mean, damage is damage. If you put damage 2 instead of Cerberus, you get this. It's hard to put in words. There is just more organicness to it. I was recently talking to Jan from Audio Imperia about it, and I feel Cerberus, for my taste, is just too much in your face, too much hard. I'm missing the buttery side of it. It's tough to put in words. But it works great with the Ferrum stuff, and especially, I mean, for this type of track, you need the tougher percussion that cuts through the mix. But other than that, the strings and the brass holds up amazingly well. The brass and strings from JAEGER were worth the price of admission alone for the bundle. So yeah, I hope you had some fun on this walkthrough. I definitely had. Maybe I do just cut it down to one track walkthrough video to have it all comprehensive in one like 3-hour session or something. I think from these 10 hours of creation, half of the time is actually listening through again and again. So if you take that out, you actually just line the parts where you really write and work on something. That's totally different. Funny enough, that track started, I think in the first session we did like 80 minutes and then we completely deleted everything and started again. And then this track came out of it. I actually like it really much. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. I give you... Oh, we need a track name for this, by the way. What do we call this? Something with fighter and something like with rise or not revenge. It's not revengeful. It has a more positive feel in the end. Battle scars? I like battle scars. What do you think? Do we want to call it battle scars? I call it battle scars. So, battle scars. There we go. Let's get rid of all the stuff we don't need. Anyway, so I give you battle scars. Thanks for tuning in and being with me on that journey. Greatest news for anyone who is my patron and on my Patreon. By the way, it's patreon.com/composingtutorials. I will post that very session that you're looking on at right now. I will post that on my Patreon. So all the $15 upwards tiers will have access to the full project file of this, and you can look at that in the comfort of your own home. If you plan to pledge, don't do it today. Wait till tomorrow, because if you pledge on the 31st, it will take the money on the 1st again, because the money always goes away on the 1st. So just as a hint, if you plan to support me on Patreon, I appreciate any support I can get, but make sure that you start on the 1st. Otherwise, you will get charged 2 days in a row for August and for September. So I just had that with one guy yesterday, and I actually sent him the money back and said, wait 2 days. Because I didn't want to have him get charged twice. So just something to be aware of. Other than that, of course, I didn't do the usual advertising stuff today. So meanwhile, you know the drill. All the links are in the video description. There is a Discord server. Join that for happy discussion. By the way, also for Patreons, there will be from now on a monthly AMA on Discord. We will figure that out, how that goes. So kind of a group Zoom call where we can just hang out and chat and talk about some stuff. You can ask your questions. That should be fun. Want to do that first time this week or next week? We are currently like looking at finding a date for that. Long story short, track is done. I consider it done for now. I wish you all a wonderful evening, day, night, morning, whatever you do. Write some music, get down, and Remco, the other links also. Okay, well, fuck it. Let's give you the links. I should prep like a notepad file or something where I have that all lined up in one go. So Discord, Patreon we had, then we have store.com/composingtutorials. composingtutorials.com. And all the other Facebook, Instagram stuff, find the links below the video. Subscribe if you like what you hear. And maybe even like the video, leave a comment. Leave a comment, maybe that would be interesting. Leave a comment what you want to see next. So besides working on, yeah, Cookie is sleeping. Very well. Long story short, goodbye. Here's the track.